Hey guys, Tom and Co here from Airgun Nation. Once again, I've got my FX Impact, and today I've also got my FX Wildcat. And I wanted to do a sound comparison between the two. So my plan of attack here is I've taken off the end caps to both of the rifles, and I'm going to shoot them without end caps. That makes them as loud as they're going to be. And then I'll put the end caps on, shoot them again, and then I will extend the shroud on the FX Impact and go again. At least that way, hopefully that'll give you something to compare it to. Also, these cameras don't really pick up the sound very well, so my plan is I'm going to put it out at 30 yards and shoot right next to the camera. Now, not that close because I don't want to hit my camera, but a little bit farther away. And I'll have the pellets hit something in the background so you know that I'm shooting something anyway. Let's get right to it, and when I come back, I'll talk about some other differences between the Impact and the Wildcat. Alright guys, I'm back to talk about some differences between these two rifles. So one of the things I wanted to review was the size difference. The Impact is, as it sits here, it's 30 inches. If I extend the shroud, it's going to be 36, and I got 36 and 1/8 inch with my tape measure. And that's from the very end of the butt pad here to the very tip. The Wildcat is 35 inches. Again, end of butt pad, tip of barrel there. Another thing I tried, I got my cheap scale in there in the garage, and it's not very accurate. But I tried to, I tried to play with it and make it as accurate as it could be. And I got, with the Impact, as it's dressed with the scope, the mounts, this little level jobby and Atlas bipod, I got just under 8.5 pounds. Wildcat, with the Harris bipod and the clamp and the level and the scope and the mounts, I got just over 8.5 pounds. So these two guns are, the difference is negligible, at least, again, the scope's kind of a cheapie, so take it with a grain of salt, but fully dressed, these rifles should weigh just about the same amount. Now, this is the 25 caliber Wildcat, and from what I understand, the 22 is extremely lightweight. So, again, I'm trying to compare apples to apples as much as I can. Hey, one of the questions that came up on the forum was mounting a sling. Let me get this guy out of the way. Was mounting a sling to the Impact. I'm not sure, guys. I mean, you've got your Picatinny rails here, so maybe that'll work. Maybe you could hook something up on the rail. Maybe you could hook it up here and have your strap come around the scope and up and then hang off. Or, you know, my first thought was to use these slots in the back as a way to put your sling on. But I don't know if that's going to work, because you've got your probe here needs space back there to move back and forth. And it would be terrible to have your sling through these slots. You pull up for a shot and you have to load, and you're getting blocked. So it might work back there. You might just stick a piece of, stick your strap through there, your webbing of your strap. Just stick it through there, and you'll have a single point sling that'll take the weight off your arm and your hand. So one of the similarities between these two rifles is the lever action. I guess I shouldn't call it lever action. It's more of an action lever, but the location of the action is right up here in the front. And a couple things I've noticed about the impact is, first off, if you prefer to shoot with your webbing your thumb there tucked right in, you can go for it. And the nice thing is, you don't necessarily have to remove your thumb in order to cycle your action there. You can stay on and you can fire and fire. It's kind of nice. One of the other things that I really liked on my FX 500 was, when I was shooting, there was a small shelf made in the stock to just rest your thumb on, and it was very comfortable. I got used to it really fast. With the impact, your thumb can rest right on this little part of your action lever here. So if you wanted to shoot with your thumb up, that's another option you can do. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it gives you a landing point, so you know that your thumb and therefore your grip is in the same spot every time. And anything you can repeat like that is just going to add to your accuracy. So the Wildcat is similar in that your trigger's here and your action's right there. The difference is such. I'll try not to move my hand for this, but so there's your action on the impact, and this is going to show you a difference in where your action lever is, forward to back, and also height-wise. There's a subtle difference. So that's the difference right there. This would be the hinge point of the action lever on the impact, right in here. And this guy's it's up, call that almost an inch, and it's also set back. So either rifle is very comfortable to shoot if you're shooting in a rapid succession. You can get into a rhythm and a pattern really quick with either one of these rifles. So that's all I got for you today. My next video, I'm going to go over one method for mounting and leveling a scope on the FX Impact. You can see I've done it already, so I'm going to take it all off and re-level it so I can show you guys one method for doing that. And hey, what do you know? We're not in the garage, but we will be for the scope mounting. Sorry guys. I need the light and I need the wind, so I got to go back to the garage again. But at least I was finally able to get outside and show you guys I don't just live in the garage all the time. So anyway guys, with that, I will sign off and say happy shooting.